Hello, it's Brian here. Today we will be talking about Metatron, the Archangel. Not mentioned in the Bible. What if I told you there's an angel so powerful, so mysterious, that some ancient texts describe him as second only to God himself? And what if I added that this angel isn't even mentioned in the Bible? Intriguing, right? Well, stick around, because we're about to dive into the fascinating world of Metatron, the archangel who sparked countless debates and theories throughout history. Now, I've always wondered about the angels that don't make it into the Bible. We're familiar with Michael, Gabriel, and even Raphael, who appears in the deuterocanonical book of Tobit. But Metatron, he's a whole different story. Metatron first appears in post-biblical Jewish mystical texts, particularly in the Talmud and Kabbalah. He's often described as the Chancellor of Heaven, the King of Angels, a term that's caused quite a stir among theologians, let me tell you. But here's where it gets really interesting. Some Jewish traditions suggest that Metatron was actually the prophet Enoch, transformed into an angel. Remember Enoch? He's the guy who walked faithfully with God. Then he was no more because God took him away. Genesis 5, verse 24. What if this cryptic passage is actually describing Enoch's transformation into Metatron? Now you might be thinking, Brian, if this angel is so important, why isn't he in the Bible? That's a great question. I think it's possible that Metatron's absence from Scripture is actually intentional. Perhaps God wanted to keep our focus on his direct relationship with us rather than on intermediary beings, no matter how powerful they might be. But here's another mind-bending theory. What if Metatron is actually alluded to in the Bible, just not by name? Some scholars have suggested that the angel of the Lord, mentioned in various Old Testament passages, could be Metatron. Remember when Jacob wrestled with a mysterious figure all night? Genesis 32, verse 22 to 32. Could that have been Metatron? Of course, we need to be careful here. As fascinating as these ideas are, they're not explicitly supported by Scripture. We always need to prioritize what the Bible clearly teaches over extra-biblical traditions, no matter how intriguing they might be. That said, I think there's value in exploring these traditions. They remind us of the vast, mysterious nature of God's creation. They challenge us to think beyond our familiar biblical narratives and consider the possibility that there's so much more to the spiritual realm than we can imagine. Moreover, the concept of Metatron raises some profound theological questions. If such a powerful being exists, what does that say about our place in God's creation? How does it affect our understanding of the hierarchy of heaven? What do you think about Metatron? Does the idea of this mysterious archangel intrigue you, or does it seem too far removed from biblical teaching? Remember, while it's fascinating to explore these extra-biblical traditions, our primary focus should always be on what God has clearly revealed to us in His Word. The Bible gives us everything we need for faith and godliness. 2 Peter 1 verse 3. Even if it doesn't satisfy all our curiosity about the spiritual realm, keep diving into Scripture, friends, and don't be afraid to wrestle with the mysteries of faith. There's always more to discover.